Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Will Dragon and this is our playthrough on Timberborn in our beautiful settlement of Beaverpool. Now we're starting to move ahead. We're definitely past survival stages. We're starting to, what I like to call phase 2, we're starting to ramp up into that. We're expanding, we're getting bigger things on the go. We're looking to, get our population into the hundreds kind of a thing. Nicely push it forwards. And so that's what we're gonna look to do now. Now there's a few things we needed to do. I need to block off. We've got bad tide drains. There you go. We need to block off these bad tide drains. Stop those from becoming a problem. That will secure this water patch and will allow me then to really get into some terraforming and sort this out. I do also want to. Now there was a talk of expanding this and going downwards so that we could basically make this filter out faster. So for me to go ahead and do that. Now hang on, what's the point? Do I have access to this? I don't. Right then, let's rebuild some access for me. Why does this look weird? Oh, because it's the wrong height. I mean, we've got a drought coming up. That's not a problem. We can get most of this done during said drought. Oh. Don't think I want that one. So what'll happen? So I'm going to keep this one as it is. It'll then come down to here. This one will then fold round and come to here. That's basically going to give me 4 more squares. I could attempt to squeeze it in a smidge more efficient, but let's not worry about that. Or maybe I couldn't. I really don't actually know. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. So like I said, that's going to give me 4 more squares. And so these can stay as they is because these will be the final points. These need to be removed as well. And get some dynamite in those. And so I want alternating sluices by there. Destroy those as well. And so then we want sluices going outwards. I'm not gonna lie, folks. I am thinking very hard on what I'm doing here right now. So they need to go outwards. These, I believe, need to be blocked back off, and then these 4 need to be patched. Where? There we go, impermeable floors. Because then, so this should come out here, come here, 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 and here. These are all nicely blocked off. You then come down here. This one should drop to the lower level, and should then drain down this way and up this way. So these should be... can I... Let's wait on that. Let's wait for everything to be built because all of the settings have slightly changed. Yeah, right. So they've all slightly changed. I really don't remember what they were to begin with. Well, this one should tell me. 0.25. Wait. Yeah, if this one comes to 0.25, pull this one. Oh wait, this one was just automatically open, as is this one. Well, that's fair. And then, because then this one just floods in here, and then these just fill up basically as much as it allows them to. Because this will never go above 0.25. It will because of I don't know if you want to call it reflux or whatever it's called, but it will because of that. But these ones should then just go to that amount. This one, yeah, and we'll call this 0.3. Turn that on, then so then these ones can just stay open again. Because this one will only allow it to be 0.3. So then these should all just simply fill up as they are. Again, I'm going to put this at 0.25 actually. So that should put 0.25 on the lower level, 0.25 on the upper level. And that now gives us 4 more squares for evaporation. It did take a while to get rid of that last sort of 10% last time we had a bad tide. So that should hopefully help speed up the process. Because now instead of having 6, we've got 10. So we've almost doubled. Almost doubled. And so, oh wow, we have technically run out of pumpable bad tide, but we've run out of bad tide because you can be paused. Let's get my dynamite factory going because I always need more dynamite. And what I need to do is I need to get up here. So let's path this out. Again, this is a long and hideous path, but this is a one-hit construction project. Let's just delete some of this terrain so I can see what I'm doing. This for demolition. Then we wish to cap this off. So let's in fact still waiting. Built. Okay, that'll allow that to get built, which should block off that for a bad tide, which means once that's all up and running and available, I should have beavers coming to do that for me. We're all good. This is domed off. This is diverted. So apart from a couple of bad tide areas still, maps looking a lot cleaner than it was, well, at the beginning of the last episode, certainly. And so with that going on in the background, let us most certainly do some terraforming. You have the wonderful X skill I should be using. X skill, X button I should be using a bit more often. Of course, none of this can be reached. Let us solve that. Let's path. Nice. Back. Let's put ourselves temporary exit point. That of course is then going to go and need port pylon for now. That will allow me to get down here. That point. I actually want to make this deeper than it currently is, so let us in fact oh wait, let's continue to evolve this plan as I make it up as I go along, which I always do. Let's have, in fact, it's just become part of an open river system. And we will mark this off here. And here we've got a tree to get rid of. Not built at the bottom of the map. Oh. Well then, hang on a minute, because now I'm just wasting resources. Why does it let me place those there when they're going to attempt to blow down through the bottom of the map? Yes, that just wants to be 1. So I'll just stay at 2. Oh no, wait, I think I'd do... Yes, no, these were in fact correct. Accidentally so, but they were in fact correct. These ones, however, only need to be singular dynamite. How are we doing? Oh, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Without even having to use the stairs quite yet. We'll need those stairs very shortly. So we're going to square off a lake. That'll just help it, you know, hold a little bit more. Hold a little bit more water. And make it a little bit better with evaporation. And then yes, then we're going to level a whole part of this off. This is going to become a farming area, basically. At least for now, let's just... Ignore that for now. Of course, once we've got this over, we do obviously still need to get access to these areas. Will make things, I think, much faster. I do still kind of hate it as well how water makes travel slower. That'll be a good start. That'll be a good start. How are we looking over here? Obviously, we've got time. We only have to get rid of it before our next bad tide. You know, we do certainly have time. As soon as this set of stairs is built, this should skyrocket in terms of speed of construction. Water's sitting very nice and full. We've now got this rebuilt. Let's throw up our observation post. Now that we've got the power line all put in. Power shafts even. Oh. Done. Makes the water reservoir a smidge lower. Oh. Where did the beavers go? I guess they must have been in bed. But there's 3 jobs that we don't need anymore. However, on scrap metal, we only have 92 scrap metal. So, right, we're now going to have to focus on where our next batch of scrap metal comes from. Now that's not too far. We probably want to start leaning into a more permanent source around about now, though. This would probably actually be the next step, coming from our farming village. And our farming village, none of it should really take any metal or anything, so I can probably hold off for a second, as long as I don't try and build too many other bits and bobs, like plugging any more bad tide sources and the such. We should be okay. Let's square that off. That. So I was thinking of building this in the middle of the lake, and I very much could have done. I undid that because I wanted to dynamite this lower, but I can't dynamite this lower because, can't. I mean, it's a long way from my district center, but my district center isn't centered, so I don't know if it really matters too much. I mean, it could be better. Could definitely be better. Oh god, well, the one's all the way up here first. Make things a little bit slower, and up here. Okay, well hopefully we beat the next bad tide. Actually not going amazingly fast. You have 10 people looking for jobs. 10 people out of work. Let's double check. Both of these are turned on. You're at full capacity. Got 10 people who were idling by and not busy. Well, that's good because we're going to have a whole lot of farming on the go soon. One, two, three, and actually a fourth. Probably quite easily knock that down. No, wait, we can't quite go that far because I will flood things. Give them at least that up to there. Finish that part. It died. Trees. I'm gonna go and build myself at least one more builder's hut. Please make that your highest priority, because then we get more builders. Build myself a temporary builder's hut by there. Give me 8 more builders. My dynamite will not last. 299 dynamite. We can definitely blow up some stuff. We'll certainly blow up some stuff. Yeah, no, we're losing some of our builders to some really long walking paths. So that's definitely not helping at the moment. I mean, look at how they have to go. Even if I were to probably attempt to trim it through here, that's 155. 95, so trimming it through there could probably take a good 30 off, but well, I'm just gonna let it play out, to be honest. Nice, both builders' huts are fully manned now. You are the lowest priority. Thank you very much. Taken away from anything else. Only 3 injured beavers. We have an unconnected building, which is my bad water source. Which, in 2 hours, could apparently give me 40. In 1 hour, it can apparently give me 40 if I push it that much. One of these gives me 3 an hour. So with 2 of these, I'm making 6 per hour. I could probably quite easily... So hang on, so that's 20 per hour. That's about 6 per hour. That's over 10 per hour. And that's, I don't know, 15, I think? I don't know, this maths heads. We'll start with 4 workers for when I eventually turn this on. But I'm in no rush to go and do so. Yes, here you go. Beavers galore. Down here as well. Beautiful, yeah, all the resources being dropped off. Right, so that'll basically get finished in the morning. So this will be all neatly wrapped up. Which is good, because then that secures this against any future bad tides. This, of course, has been all nice and tidied and finished. It was earlier. I'm just going to keep this little walkway here. I am, however, going to go and move that. Put that in there, because it just looks neater. It just looks a lot neater, you know what I mean? And I do, you know, I do have some care for neatness. A lot of dynamite coming in. Yep. Why does that look like triple dynamite? What does triple dynamite look like? Oh, even bigger. So double dynamite has 3 things. Triple dynamite has 5 things. Sense? Yeah, let's destroy all that all the way back to there. That will destroyed and squared off. And we should have... Way, here comes a bad tide. We should be finished. We are. Beautiful. Well, that should stop that from going anywhere, basically. As I said, that should be this secure. We have this area... I'm guessing bad... Yeah. Bad tide drains. We're doing pretty well. I've got 2, I think, bad water sources left. That's those 2. Oh, I suppose technically 3 if you count this one. This one I'm just directly draining off the map, though. Keep it there, you know, a little bit of added color. And then we've got these drains, and I think... Was it just those drains? I feel like there were 2 sets of drains that came down into here. Wrong? I feel like there was 2 sets of drains. Ooh, look at all this dynamite. Look at all this dynamite. We're blowing up plenty of things today. Put this here as a hopeful reminder, because I can get around for this whole area from here if I don't blow this up quite easily. Do that quite easily. Well, I just want to press that detonate button, but I'm going to resist. So what else are we trying to solve? I mean, food is the big one. Food is taking quite a bit of a hit, to be honest. Badadock and logs. Badadock. Maybe I should have another hauling post. I don't actually have any spare workers right now because I'm focused on my building. But I might need to start panicking about my food levels because they have gone down a smidge. But that's just daily flux. Let's see what we can go up to. Ah, beautiful. Here we go. This guy's coming down here now. Oh, it's just a beautiful sight to behold. I can be destroyed. Just a beautiful sight to behold. That tide started. So the other thing I'll be interested to see now is how this improvement works. So I assume, yeah, with 7 days, this should reach 100% quite easily. Downstream depth 0.62, 0.58. Yeah, that's kind of what I'd almost expect, to be honest. They should evaporate fairly quickly. What I might do is change that down to a 0.2. See if we can keep those numbers a little bit lower, because if it's got, I think it's below 0.3, you do get a little bit of faster evaporation. We'll see if we can keep that going a little bit more. Yeah, that's going to be through from here, actually. Oh, that is interesting. If I could block that off, probably wouldn't take too much. If I could block that off, I could stop this from pushing up here so much. I mean, it's not a huge problem. It's not really going to push sort of beyond here or anything. But, still be a nice little bit of extra cleanup. Block that off, and then this, yeah, this will be turned off when I can get rid of those. Ah, I knew there was some more around here. Here you go. The dynamite, ladies and gentlemen. Look at all the dynamite. Want to blow it up so badly. So badly. What is chance of injury? It doesn't seem to tell us. Weirdly, it doesn't. Chance of injury. High chance of injury. Also, bad water pump doesn't have a chance of injury. That's interesting. Bad water rig, however, has a high chance of injury. Five people from jobs. We do have 13 kits. Yes, I do very much need to expand all of this. Go all the way back here. That'll start to allow to get all of that built as well. I've got a few up here they're going to still be able to get. You know, I'm sure we're probably making this harder for ourselves. Much harder for ourselves. Alright, well... we're basically just playing with Dynamite now. Nice. I do love how the map is starting to look. We've got a lot more green spreading. Starting to push back the bad tide. Getting a few things ready. How is it? Ah, food's up at 1-1. That's fine. So it's just a nightly flux that terrified me, basically. Yeah, the food numbers are still nice and high. So yeah, it is looking a lot nicer. Still got a few things to patch up. That, yeah, bad tide drains. Few things still to patch up. We'll probably kind of climb up here and patch up this just before we leave this area. Oh, scrap metal's gone. In that case, may as well be paused. Go do something more useful. Is that the right building? Yes, it was. Yeah, we'll probably climb up here and cap this off just before we leave this area. And maybe even swing around here and cap these off. That will allow this whole area, in essence, to be clean. We can look to get this going and pump that through to somewhere. I don't know if there's going to be any more aquifers that are going to come up out of the woodwork. I think there is somewhere. I think there's one just down there. There you go. We can pump that all the way through. We'll also pump down and join in. I have no idea. Where did you go? Oh, all the way over here. That explains that river. Go, we can have that pumping all the way down, going that way and this way, putting all of this green as well. That'd be beautiful. That'd be absolutely beautiful. Nice little effect going on there. So we'll get this one plugged in as well. We'll have to run some power shafts from, well, I guess it would come from our battery station, wouldn't it? Or maybe actually coming off, because if we build our power station along the rest of this ridge, maybe snaking down off our power station. Construction lacks materials, 135 of them. Those would be dynamite. And let's get the other dynamite factory working, because I have a 135, and that's just, I think, the ones I can reach. So, you know, that's just a lot. And so with that, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to leave the stream there. I hope you have all enjoyed it. It is, like I said, it's a day of playing with Dynamite and continuing to reshape the world to the beaver's will, or my will, if you will. And so until next time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you are enjoying the series so far. And until next time, as per always, I truly do hope that you will stay safe, happy, and healthy.